I'll be home by Christmas.
What is up, guys? My name is Ryan Movies, and this is going to be another news type related video, which I'm here to tell you guys now that usually, well, at least currently, I don't tend to delve too much of my time into making these kinds of videos, relating to, news within the entertainment industry or revolving around movies or TV shows, since my past news related videos didn't really do so well. And this was originally just going to be a very short, condensed video focusing on the first look that we got of Season 6 of Cobra Kai that Netflix just suddenly decided to drop out of nowhere. But it turns out that this past weekend, at the very same time, we've gotten even more news within, the entertainment industry of movies and TV shows all around. And they've all happened like, 15 minutes into the editing? So I just thought that maybe since this is all happening at the very same time this past weekend, I think it would just be easier to just break it all down to one video so I don't have to make so many shorts of it, consecutively at the very same time. Because believe it or not, those take time too. So yes, the following video will be talking about the biggest movie, TV show news that, just dropped this past weekend all of a sudden, including Cobra Kai Season 6, Sonic the Hedgehog 3, SpongeBob revolving around the Super Bowl this year, as well as some sad news regarding Carl Weathers that happened recently. So without further ado, let's break it all down. Let's get right to it. So starting off with Cobra Kai here, so out of the blue, Netflix suddenly decided to drop this and give us our first official look of what Cobra Kai Season 6 is going to look like. And yeah, this past weekend was an exciting time, wave of excitement for the fans of this badass show, like myself. And, I've been a fan of the show since after Season 4 dropped at the beginning of 2022, and I do hope to cover more Karate Kid, Cobra Kai content down the road on this channel. So if you guys are interested in that or want to see that, and be sure to comment that down below or subscribe and like this video too. That works as well. But anyways, and it's exciting because it's the literally only other thing we've seen of Season 6 of Cobra Kai since we got that teaser of the cast doing their table read of Episode 1 at the Tadam event last year in June. Basically, this is our first look at anything Season 6 since it was first announced back last year on January 21st, 2023, on my birthday! Yes, it was a nice birthday present from last year, plus along with the announcement of Invincible Season 2, and I made a whole video on that. The link will also be in the description below. But anyways, here we got 2 photos to give our first look of the season. One main BTS photo, and an additional photo courtesy of Sholomar Dueña's Instagram. And here we go. Boom! Here it is. Look at that in all its glory. Now from this BTS photo alone, this already tells us plenty of things, and obviously there are so many people, many of the main characters on this one shot. So let's dive into see who's actually here, and I'm going to start from left to right, and I'm also going to cover some of the more prominent background characters that appear in a lot of the episodes in this series. So starting from left to right, we have Little Red, who's one of the more noticeable background characters throughout the series, who has his brother Big Red, who's from Cobra Kai, and so now that they've bonded at the end of Season 5, hopefully we'll see them finally come together in one dojo in Season 6. Anyways, we have Anthony, Edwin, who's behind Sam here, who's a big ex-Cobra Kai. We have Sam, obviously, Miguel, Chris. Now Mitch, who's behind Johnny here. I'm surprised to see him back quickly in the team here, because after the massive betrayal that happens from last season from him, yeah, I doubt people would welcome him back with open arms that quickly. And anyways, we have Johnny himself, Daniel, Bert, Shozen, Nate, Robbie, and the biggest takeaway from this photo, Tori. Now, going back to Edwin, who's behind Sam here, he's pretty much, if you guys don't know him, he's the longest Cobra Kai student till now. He's been there since Season 1, so I'm sorry, Miguel, but he honestly gets the crown for being the longest running Cobra Kai student to this day. So, I mean, props to him, even though he has like that one line of dialogue in Season 5.
Yo, man, it's just Yasmin and Moose, bitches.
Now, it's a big relief to know that Shozen is back here, back with Daniel and Johnny as one of the senseis of their dojo. It's a big relief to know that he lives to see another day and that he'll be returning for Season 6 in whatever capacity. And we're not sure that if he's going to have like a main role or still a recurring role, but all we need to see is that is him reuniting with Kumiko at some point to round up his character arc. I'm really curious to see if he'll reunite with Kumiko at the end of Season 6, and hopefully he does. He deserves that satisfying character conclusion. Now, like I said, the biggest takeaway from this photo is Tori. Yes, Tori Nichols. After so long of being in Cobra Kai, well, years for us in the audience. In the show, it was still summer 2019 actually by the end of season 5. But yes, it looks like she's finally officially joining the good side again and will become the next major new student of Johnny, Daniel, and Sho's new dojo of whatever that winds up being named as. I mean, I don't know, Miyagi Fang, Eagle Do. I've been picturing in my head for so long what Tori will look like at Miyagi Fang, and this season will finally give us that answer, it seems. I really cannot wait to see Tori training there, especially potentially personally interacting with Daniel, which we haven't seen yet, and hopefully she, along with Sam, will continue to patch things up, because they still ain't quite good yet, but seeing how smiley Sam is here, I'm assuming she's fully comfortable with Tori being there now. But yeah, after a while looking at this photo, I'm wondering, what's everyone looking at there? Are they looking at the sparring deck? Maybe some tournament representatives like those ones from Season 5 could be, they could be there as well. Could it be someone in particular that's hidden in the shot, be giving them some kind of lecture or speech? Now, I've seen the YouTuber Cobra Kai Kid cover this, reacting to this photo, and yeah, shout out to him, dude. He's the go-to guy for covering all things Cobra Kai, Karate Kid, and yeah, show him some love. He deserves it. And yeah, I've seen him mention that he thinks that it could be Amanda who's giving them like the big lecture or speech that they're all looking at. I mean, I don't know, but for me, what I could be thinking is that like it could be a special, could it be a special somebody? Like perhaps, I don't know, maybe Julie Pierce? I mean, I don't know. I hear she's just finished her twin pregnancy, so maybe this could be a chance to appear. I just hope that if she does appear, it won't just be some simplified cameo. Like, I hope that she'll have at least a big, impactful role if she does appear. But yeah, and again, we'll just have to see if her schedule aligns with if the writers want her to appear. Now, there are some noticeable characters missing, like Devin, Kenny, Kyler, and Dimitri. Hawk's not in this photo, but we'll get back to him in a sec. But I'm wondering, could they be on the sparring deck and that's what everyone's looking at? Or could they have been edited out like Miguel was in one of those first look photos from Season 5 at the time? Now, there's the other photo that Shola Maladuena, I guess you could say, was allowed to share on his Instagram, I guess. That is another BTS photo with not only William Zabka and Ralph Macchio as Johnny and Daniel respectively, obviously, but most notably Hawk on the left here with his new mohawk cut. And as we can see here, it takes the color of light blue this time around. Honestly, even though this color also looks badass on him, I wouldn't mind if you saw him with a mohawk with his original brown hair color, or maybe even sporting a yellow-orange color at some point, because we haven't seen those colors yet. But I guess they wouldn't look as badass as this one here. But still, cool to see what Hawk's hair will look like in Season 6, at least for some capacity. And finally, Netflix also rolled out this reel of sorts to tease what to expect and what is coming up on the streaming service this year in 2024. And to this point here, at between 25 to 30 seconds, we could see a section showing Cobra Kai's final season. So, I mean, it's not actual footage of the season, it's just, montage of some of the past seasons. But yeah, even though it isn't directly said here, that means, or we can assume that Cobra Kai Season 6 will be releasing on Netflix sometime this year. Yes, you heard it right, this year in 2024. But still, the fact that we could be getting Season 6 as early as this year already has got my blood pumping, man. And that we will be witnessing the culmination of everything that's been building up since Season 1 in 2018 later this year. So most likely, I assume that it will be airing by December. I honestly was not expecting this season to be dropping this early. I was honestly expecting like early 2025 at the latest. But hey, if they can make that 2024 release window in December, despite the writers and actors strike last year, then props to them then. Overall, this was such a cool, badass BTS photo of most of the major characters of the series there to give us our first look of Season 6 of Cobra Kai. It's just seeing this and looking back and comparing to what the characters were back in Seasons 1 and 2. We really come a long way since 2018, folks. And it's only getting me hyped up even more knowing a lot of ex-Cobra Kai fans will now be turning to Johnny, Daniel, Shows, and maybe Mike and Julie's new dojo, so we could finally get the ultimate team of all the characters together as one. So I'll just say this once, we're gonna need a bigger dojo, folks.
You're gonna need a bigger
dojo. Alright, up next, moving on to Sonic the Hedgehog 3. So, some pretty big news on the movie. The biggest update to this movie, actually, since after the writers and actors strike last year, as we not only get new casting announcements for this movie, but we also get this brand new logo design for the movie, as well as confirmation that the one, the only, Jim Carrey will be coming out of his semi-retirement, sorta, to return as Dr. Eggman once again. And this is great news for all of us, as shortly after the second movie, he talked about retiring or taking a break from acting at least, and that scared plenty of people thinking this will be the last time we see him as Dr. Eggman or in any movie in general. So
I feel like And this is something you might never hear another celebrity say as long as time exists. I have enough. I've done enough. I am enough.
So to hear that he's returning can give us a huge sigh of relief that Sonic 3 will go on with Dr. Eggman, because let's be honest here, you can't really have Sonic without Eggman, really, and I don't know where things would have gone if he wasn't present anymore. But anyways, the biggest indicator that he's returning is you can hear his laugh at the end of that teaser. Speaking of hearing things, for those huge Sonic fans watching this video somehow, have you noticed the tune that was playing in this teaser? Sound familiar? Bring any chills? Yes, the teaser plays an epic orchestral version of the Live and Learn song from the game Sonic Adventure 2, which is one of my most favorite Sonic songs of all time. In fact, the logo title itself is actually designed to resemble the logo of that game, with one side of a hedgehog blue, the other side black for Shadow, who we see in the mid-credit scene of the last movie, and is in the stand-in shot teaser photo that they've released like much earlier, like months in advance. So yeah, it looks like this movie will be based around Sonic Adventure 2 and Shadow the Hedgehog, which I know is going to make a lot of people happy, and especially with seeing Shadow's backstory. I haven't played either of those games, but I hear from many people online that the stories behind them for Shadow are really emotional, so I guess I'll be seeing that for myself when it comes out on December 20th, 2024. We also get some more casting news for the movie too. Now, although I'm not very familiar or haven't even heard of most of the actors here, the biggest thing to come out of it is Kristen Ritter, who you may know from this, I don't know, little Marvel series called Jessica Jones. And yeah, I love her in that series. She's so good in that role. And rumors going around right now that she could be voicing the character of Rouge the Bat, who's an accomplice to Shadow and a close friend to him. And honestly, if that ends up coming true, I am honestly down for it. I think she'd fit the role so well, and after seeing her performance in Jessica Jones, yeah, her voice would fit very well. Now, there's this kid here, Lila Brown. I wasn't pronouncing that name correctly, but no one knows who she might be playing yet. But seeing as she's the youngest of the cast, she's the kid of the cast, there is a chance she could be playing the character Maria, who has a deep personal emotional connections to Shadow, and is one of the sore reasons of why Shadow becomes who he is today. So yeah, if that ends up coming true, I think most Sonic fans would know what's gonna happen. Yeah, there's no mention of which ones are physical actors or ones that are voice actors, so these guys could be portraying anybody. And there's still no report on who's going to voice Shadow though, so we're just going to have to wait and see how it goes. Now, I don't know about you guys, but the third Sonic the Hedgehog movie is already looking to be of epic proportions, with this scale of this movie being completely off the roof. I have a feeling it's going to be darker, and based on the last two films, I have no doubt they'll keep doing what they're doing with the formula that they have already of highly respecting the source material, making this for the fans first, and this is going to be the video game of the year in my opinion, and I can't wait! Okay, moving on to some news regarding the Super Bowl this year. So I was originally not going to talk about this because I literally just only found this out just now, this very last minute on Twitter, and it was something I do remember reading up. It was a few months back, and I guess it was been brought up again with this new news headline. So according to plenty of viable sources, including CBS Sports themselves, it seems that most of our dreams and requests from fans of SpongeBob Squarepants will be a long time coming, as it will finally be coming true. It has been confirmed that the song "Sweet Victory" by David Glenn Isley and Bob Kulick, I'm hoping I'm pronouncing names correctly, famously covered in one of the most famous SpongeBob SquarePants episodes, Band Geeks, will be performed to kick off this year's Super Bowl. And oh my god, guys, this got me thinking all over the place. Whilst on the one hand, I can't be thinking, holy shucking fit, they're actually doing it for real. Says I can't believe we're living in the reality where we get to see this happen with our own eyes. Finally, about freaking time. We've waited 5 years for this. I cannot wait for this. But also on the other hand, I also immediately express uncertainty, and I can't really blame myself for that, because I'm sure most fans could feel the same too, due to the PTSD, quote unquote, from the massive, unforgettable disappointment from the last attempt in adding it in. So in case you guys didn't know, in anticipation for the Super Bowl back in 2019 that year, many fans of the SpongeBob series wanted the song to be played during the halftime show as a tribute to the late Steven Hillenburg, who sadly died of ALS the previous year. So much so that a petition was signed to make it happen with 1 million signatures. 1 million! Surely that must have been enough, right? But no! In the end, it was sort of semi-heard from the Super Bowl and NFL, and they only made space for a simple cameo, only to have their moment outshined in order to prep up Travis Scott's sicko mode. And believe it or not, this is the very reason why I personally hate this song. So here we are 5 years later, and the fact that they're outright promising that they will pull this off, yeah, all I can say is I'll be going with extra precaution. I'm like, it'll be f***ing awesome if it happens and we get to see it play live, finally giving Steven Hillenburg the worldwide massive scale tribute he deserves. But at the same time though, if it happens only to be reduced to another cameo for it to be ruined yet by another in-the-face celebrity we'd rather not see again, then I shouldn't be all too surprised either. Again, we're just gonna have to see how it goes. And the final news story of this video, so some sad and somber news to wake up to yesterday morning and to end this video off with. So in case you haven't heard, the actor Carl Weathers is unfortunately no longer with us and sadly passed away on February 1st, 2024. According to a statement issued by his family, Weathers died peacefully in his sleep and in his home in Los Angeles. So yeah, sad to see another actor pass away and leave this earth. Most recent fans might know him as Grief Karga from the popular, critically acclaimed Star Wars show The Mandalorian, which subsequently was the last TV show before his passing. But he was also well known for his roles in the Rocky Balboa film series where he played Apollo Creed, yes, the father of Michael B. Jordan's Adonis Creed character, as well as voicing the Combat Carl toys in the Toy Story franchise, which Toy Story 4 was ultimately his final film role before his passing. He was also in this movie called Predator in 1987 alongside Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Dylan! You son of a bitch.
And by the way, whenever I say his name, I just try to say it with extra precaution because I know what it also sounds like, so yeah. Bear with me, alright? Like I said, really sad to hear his passing just yesterday as of recording this. It's proven he's had quite the career throughout his lifetime, starring in plenty of big franchise names like Rocky, Toy Story, Star Wars, and he will surely forever be missed from those movie roles. He was 76 years old when he passed away. May he rest in peace, or maybe this will work better. May the Force be with him, and always. Whew! Alright, wow, okay, that was quite a lot to take in actually this past weekend alone, well, at least for me, but hopefully I still did at least an okay job of trying to quickly explain, as condensedly as possible, to those who are watching right now, all the things that happened this past weekend, and I hope you found it useful and helpful in the end. Well, let's be honest, when it comes to these actual news-related videos that I'm doing, which I still want to do, it's just a matter of, the only thing that matters is actually whether these do well and these get, more views and likes and whatever, then yeah, it will only encourage me to do more. That's the thing that matters right now. But my question for you guys is, what did you think of our first look at Season 6 of Cobra Kai, some of the casting news relating to Sonic the Hedgehog 3, Carl Weathers passing, as well as the Super Bowl promising to play SpongeBob's Sweet Victory at the big game this year? And what are you looking forward to most in Cobra Kai Season 6 or Sonic the Hedgehog 3, as well as the Super Bowl this year, if you are excited for those? Whatever they are, let me know in the comments below. Be sure to punch that subscribe button in the face so you can tune in for more movie, TV show, entertainment industry related content such as this on this channel. Be sure to leave a like if you found this video informative, and be sure to share this video around to those, or if you know anybody else who's also excited for movies and TV shows like this. Anyways, that's all for now, folks. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'm trying my best to try to be as a little contained as possible since this is happening very late at night, since all this news is coming and going, and it's the family is kind of sleeping right now. So yeah, I'm just gonna end it right here. So anyways, I'll see you guys in the next thing. Rhinos roll out. Take care and good night.